Imagine spending years of your life building something from nothing, pouring your blood, sweat, and every dollar you had into it, only for the one person you trusted most in this world, your best friend, to look you in the eye, smile, and take it all away. That's not a movie. That's exactly what happened to me. My name is Ryan Caldwell. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. And this is the full story of how I lost everything and how I quietly destroyed the man who betrayed me. Stick around till the end, this one gets dark. Let's go back to 2018. I was 30 years old, married with a young daughter, working a dead-end IT job. But I had this idea, logistics software that could actually help small and mid-sized trucking companies route smarter, save fuel, and avoid delays. Everybody said it was too competitive. Big players already own the space, they told me. I didn't listen. I quit my job and started RouteForge in my garage. My wife thought I was crazy. For the first year and a half it was brutal. I was coding till 3 or 4 in the morning, surviving on coffee and frozen pizzas. I missed my daughter's first soccer game, her birthday parties, even our anniversary one year. But slowly, it started working. By 2021, we had our first real paying client. Then 2 more. I moved the office to a small warehouse space. Hired my first employee. Then my second. By 2023, we had 12 people, a proper downtown office, and 3 solid contracts with regional trucking firms. Revenue was growing fast. I finally felt like I was winning at life. That's when Mark Reynolds came back into the picture heavy. Mark had been my roommate at Ohio State. We were inseparable back then, late-night talks, road trips, chasing the same dreams. When I needed startup capital in 2019, he wired me $45,000 from his grandmother's inheritance. I gave him 35% equity without hesitation. He was family. Or so I thought. Looking back now, the red flags were there. Mark never liked getting his hands dirty with the actual work. He wanted the glory, the parties, the title of co-founder on LinkedIn. But he was great at talking, charming investors, smoothing over client issues. I convinced myself we balanced each other out. Late 2024, we got the call we'd been dreaming about. A big Chicago logistics company wanted to acquire RouteForge for $4.2 million. That kind of money would change everything for my family. I was in the conference room with the lawyers, signing the final documents, when Mark showed up late, sweating, acting strange. I asked if everything was okay. He just said, "Yeah bro, let's get this money." 2 days later, the deal collapsed. The buyers said they found a better offer. I was devastated. But something felt off. I started digging like a madman. Turns out Mark had been secretly copying our entire codebase for over a year. He registered a new company in Delaware using his girlfriend's name. He pitched the Chicago firm the exact same software, but offered it cheaper and faster because he didn't have to develop it. He even poached 3 of my biggest clients and convinced half my staff to jump ship with better offers. In under a month, he destroyed everything I built. I lost the company. The bank foreclosed on our house. My wife couldn't take the stress anymore. She took our daughter and left. I went from having an office and a future to sleeping in my car, showering at Planet Fitness, eating dollar menu food. The humiliation was crushing. And then came the text that broke me completely. "Sorry it went down like that, bro, business is business." I spent the next 3 months in a dark place. Cheap motels. Too much drinking. Nights where I sat in my car staring at the ceiling, wondering if it was even worth continuing. I thought about driving to Mark's new fancy apartment and doing something stupid. Thank God I didn't. But one freezing February morning in a $49 motel outside Dayton, something shifted. The rage didn't go away, it just got focused. I wasn't going to scream or fight him physically. I was going to beat him at his own game, but smarter. Colder. I still had admin access to our old development server. Mark, being lazy as always, never changed the passwords. I didn't steal data. Instead, I started working 16-hour days in that motel room. I rebuilt the entire platform from scratch, cleaner code, better features, modern UI. I called the new company ForgeShift. While I was building, I quietly reconnected with the clients Mark had stolen. I showed them undeniable proof, Git commit logs with his username, email trails where he bragged internally, timestamps that proved the theft. Most of them came back to me within weeks. They hated being lied to, but the real revenge was still coming. Mark was preparing for a massive series of funding round in New York City. He was flying out to pitch to some of the biggest venture capital firms on the East Coast. He was already bragging on LinkedIn about 7-figure term sheets. I spent weeks putting together an anonymous but extremely detailed report. Every piece of evidence was there: bank records, chat screenshots, version history, even recordings of him admitting what he did in old team meetings. I sent it to every single investor on his pitch list, the Chicago acquisition team, the Ohio Attorney General's office, and the FBI's white-collar division. Then I did one more thing. I booked a flight to New York and sat in the hotel bar directly across from his pitch meeting. At 8:17 p.m., I watched Mark walk out of that building. His face was ghost white, suit disheveled, phone ringing nonstop. The meeting had been canceled mid-pitch after the investors received my report. His dream deal was dead. I pulled out a burner phone and sent one simple text: "Business is business." He called me over 100 times that night. I never answered a single one. 8 months later, Forge Shift closed a $2.8 million seed round with better investors. We're growing faster than Forge ever did. I got my relationship with my daughter back. I'm at every soccer game now. Life isn't perfect, but I'm rebuilding stronger. Mark? His company is under federal investigation. He's been liquidating assets, cars, watch, even trying to sell his condo. Last I heard, his girlfriend left him, and he's borrowing money from people we used to party with in college. I'm not going to lie and say I feel zero guilt. But when someone takes your life's work and laughs in your face, sometimes the only justice is making sure they feel the same emptiness you felt. If you've ever been betrayed by a close friend, business partner, or family member, drop your story in the comments. I read them all. And if you're going through it right now, just know this: the comeback is always possible. Sometimes you have to go through hell first. Thanks for watching this full story. If it hit you, drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More raw, real revenge and comeback stories coming every week. See you in the next one.